Hello and welcome to another episode of Street Pundits. I'm here today with four guests with me. I got Ty. I'll come to you first. How are you? How's your weekend?
I'm alright, Pete. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good, man. Enjoyed a lot of football over the weekend, and yeah, ready to get into it.
Yeah, I'll come to you, Ben. How are you?
Yeah, all good here. Loved this weekend. Love football's back. Let's go, man. Let's analyze this.
And last but not least, I'll come to you, Joe. How's your weekend of football and how's you enjoying it?
Yeah, been a good weekend of football. Just happy that it's back on our TVs and now we're going to analyse it. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so as the boys said, we got our first fix of live football this weekend. The Bundesliga returned. I'm sure many of you watched it, but if you didn't, I'm just going to I'm just going to say the results for you. So I'll start with on Saturday, Borussia Dortmund, they beat Schalke 4-0. Wolfsburg beat Augsburg 2-1. Dusseldorf drew with Paderborn 0-0. Hertha Berlin beat Hoffenheim 3-0. RB Leipzig drew with Freiburg 1-1. And Gladbach beat Frankfurt 3-1. Then on Sunday, so Mainz drew with Cologne 2-2. And Bayern Munich beat Union Berlin 2-0. So I'll start with you, Joe. What match did you watch? And then give me your overall thoughts on that.
The first match, I think, for a lot of people is the Dortmund-Schalke game. Just purely on the fact how exciting Dortmund are to go forward. My thoughts on that game is Schalke were not up to scratch, I don't think. They're literally playing with no forward. I thought literally no hold-up play, or they didn't seem to have a cutting edge going forward. I thought Dortmund, first of all, started a bit shaky and then got into the game. Brandt was getting on the ball nice. Obviously, he got man of the match, I think. And then fluid movement with Hazard and Haaland and who else was on the wing? I'm trying to think. Obviously, Guerrero and Hakimi as well. So the movement up top for Dortmund was good. I thought De Hood played well for Dortmund as well. I thought he moved the ball quite well, nicely in midfield. There's a lot about him linked with the Premier League as well and other clubs around Europe. So he's a young player. So yeah, that's what I thought of Dortmund. I thought they were good 4-0 winners, really. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll come to you, Ben. Like, how did you feel just watching the football, like, especially without fans? And was it different for you? How did you feel?
Yeah, I think that was the weirdest bit, like seeing no one in the stands, to be fair, like, and the players when they were celebrating as well. Normally it's like everyone like, let's get together, like we just scored a goal, but everyone was just like elbowing each other, like, and stuff like that. It was weird, it was super weird. But thinking about it, Schalke, I think they started off pretty well, like for the first 15 minutes, like Joe was saying, started off really well. Then just like Dortmund, I think something just clicked. So like, what's going on here? Like, not trying to lose this game, so they just come out of I don't know what to call it, but they just come out of nowhere and just actually turned it on and just flipped the switch. Then they're just untouchable, to be fair, in the first half. To be fair, Schalke's keeper as well helped them a lot.
There you go.
I didn't want to mention that, but yeah. I wanted to mention how good Dortmund was, but yeah.
But that keeper, oh my God. You know how I feel about some keepers sometimes, Peter, but that keeper was... I don't want to see him again. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see him again.
So just in terms of what, do you think he should be saying? Obviously, he kicked it out, the first one. That's a mistake, whatever, cool. And the third one, I think it was the third one where it has to go straight at him. You think he should be saving that? Or?
Absolutely awful. I don't think they... I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. I actually don't know what he was doing. That's the main thing. Like, it's like he let the ball go past him. There was like a little swerve on it, but you have to get your hands, anything onto that. Like, it was straight at you, to be fair. So it's like, bro, save the ball. Save the ball. Like,
you're saying, Ben, like, actually do what you're paid for, basically.
Yeah, bro. the kick, I understand, didn't it? But the kick, I think the pressure was onto himself. Like, he took an extra touch when he shouldn't have done. He should have, like, he had one, then I would have said he should have hoofed it there, but he decided to take another touch. That kick was poor. Then the transition was good. It was a good goal, to be fair. But the third one, he had so much time, like, to set himself. He saw the counter-attack happening, and he just let the ball past him. So I don't know for that guy, to be fair. Yeah.
And I'll come to you, Ty. Who like impressed you during that game, that Dortmund game especially? Did you like see anyone you think like caught your eye or?
You know what? I liked Harrod before, and especially as though that was one of Ben's ones to watch. And start the game, he's showing nice little tricks, nice feet, tricky on the ball. You know, agility was looking nice, innit? He was playing well. And just like Ben said, it started off so slow. And in my opinion, I feel like the keepers really let Schalke down on the day. I feel like if it was, one of them games where it's like first team to score is gonna get the advantage. That's when heads will drop, and then Dortmund got the goal, and then I just think it went Dortmund's way from there. Because at the start, it's just one of them ones. I feel like the atmosphere, everything was taken from the game because of the current situation, and I feel like that's probably what's hurt Schalke so much. When you go down in a time like this, I just feel like they've probably reacted bad to it, and it's hurt them on the day. And the keeper has not helped them at all, because if you go down on the day, you've got to react quick. And with Dortmund getting shots off with the confidence that they built from the first goal, everything was going on target and everything was going in. So when it happens like that, can't really come back from it. But other than Harrit, I'd say Guerrero, obviously 2 goals on the day. The way they play with them wing backs flying up and down, crazy. That's why I picked Hakimi in my team. Don't forget that, boys. And yeah, Hakimi and Guerrero, I think they get the most benefits from that formation. So I'd say the wingers on Dortmund's side.
So I'll come to you, Joe. You was talking about how interesting Dortmund's formation is last week. Like, now you've got up to watch it like close, 90 minutes. What do you think about the formation and like how they use it, and especially their fullbacks, like Ty said, like what have you noticed about it, their fullbacks and just how they use it?
I have seen the formation. I did mention it before, but I didn't realise how.
So I just explained the formation to our viewers.
It's a 3-4-3 formation they play.
Yeah.
So with Hakimi and Guerrero, they pretty much play as wingers, which is like, and Hakimi especially, well, Guerrero got 2 goals. That just shows you his output as well. But Hakimi's end product as well, and his tracking back is a joke. Like, their formation is, I just think it's well drilled. It must be, because to play at that high level with 3 at the back, there's only been a couple of teams that have done it, really. If you think, go back to Juventus, obviously Conte as well. There's only been like really 2 teams that have played 3 at the back and done really well. And obviously they're second in the league. I think they're only like 4 points behind Bayern Munich now. So that's not a massive gap to overcome. And you know how good Bayern Munich are. But that 3 at the back, I think it's just well drilled. I think he gets the best out of Sancho. Obviously not this game because he came on, but obviously Hazard, I think he got the best out of him this game. I think Hazard's been on form this season. It just showed you that last game how good he was as well. But I think as well it gives Haaland the license to run in behind as well, because he knows he's going to get service from Hakimi and Guerrero. Also, he's getting the wingers assisting him with Sancho and Hazard. So yeah, I think it's a well drilled formation. So,
yeah, just to touch on that point, I think with that formation, I personally believe it gets the most out of their wing backs. So especially with Guerrero and Hakimi, I think they play that formation just because like they offer so much from the wings, and just in terms of like they want to utilize their fullbacks to literally absolutely their full potential, and just like Hakimi is just athleticism is just wow. Like obviously watching it, you see like the compilation videos on Twitter and whatever cool, but seeing it live, like just the way he's able, as I said last week, just to go from like his box to the opponent's box like at such a high speed, and then deliver quality as well. Like there's a lot of people that can do that, but he can actually deliver quality as well. It's just like, it's mad. But I'll come to you, Ben. Yeah, go on.
Just add on to that point as well.
Yeah.
They've got a couple of ways to play as well. They can play either through the thirds like they was doing against Schalke, or they've got that long ball from Hummels from the centre over the top.
The thing is with them, do you actually, I was actually wondering, I spoke to Joe about this on Saturday, I was thinking their 3 centre-backs are actually not that great. I believe they play 3 centre-backs because all of them are not that good. So that's in my opinion.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right.
So I believe so. Obviously, you got like Ty said, Hummels is like 50, like you said last week. And then I don't know, Kanji, I don't know. Every time I'm seeing him like properly, he's never really impressed me.
Made a mistake that last game, yeah.
He's never really impressed me at Kanji. And then Pushek as well is also a right back. So I believe they play 3 of them. I don't know, just
That's a good point. That's a good point.
To have, but as many people back as you can, and then to allow.
But it does get the
forward.
best out of them going forward as well, though. I think.
Yeah, it does definitely. But yeah,
it allows them to play a high line, just get everyone up, and basically just press as a team. Do you know what I mean? If you get everyone up, press as a team, it just allows teams to you catch teams and you counter quick. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that they thrive on that. It's a good point.
I'll come to you, Ben. What do you think about Dortmund's comment? Like, do you think they're strong defensively or not, or how?
Nah, I don't think they're strong defensively. I think they always use their attack to get them out of the games. To be fair, so obviously they got a wonderful attack, right? It's like touching world class. It's touching world class, I'll say. But their attack is so good. I think it helps with their defense. So like the way they play so high, everything is like it takes pressure off the three centre backs, and obviously they're scoring goals as well. I think leak loads of goals as well. If I'm not,
they do. They do. Yeah, the defense record's not great this season.
That's all.
It's the attack that really saved them on the matches side. But if they obviously want to get to that next level, which is challenging Bayern and actually challenging in Europe, they have to obviously pattern and get 3 proper centre backs in it.
Yeah, get a centre back. Yeah, definitely. I echo your sentiments, and just obviously I can't not touch on the Winter Soldier himself, Haaland, getting another bag and another goal. Like that guy is just a monster. I come to you, Tyron, this one. What's your opinions on the Wonder Boy Haaland?
Who's picked him in the draft team?
You know who? Stop being silly.
Yeah, that first episode when Ben picked him, that's one of the best players in the world at this point. That guy is him and Lewandowski. They're different class. Get them in the team, you know you've got to go in the side. It's as simple as that. They're players that don't come often. You don't get players that guarantee you goals, and he's just a player that loves goals. You know, even in the interviews, he doesn't. He's not like a talker. He's not like a social.
He's a robot.
Person.
That's why.
He's not a human.
He's not a human. That's why.
Every question was 3 words. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. He's so. This is like Peter just said. He's programmed. He knows what his job is, and he's here to do the job. Once the job is done, I'm back home. Just leave me alone. Let me do nothing. I'm going home. He's a player. He's a player. Love him.
Definitely. I was going to say one player that impressed me that match, because Liverpool have been linked with him quite a lot, but I haven't really seen him like live. But I know he's good technically as Brand, just the way Julian Brand. I think he even played quite deeper. So I hadn't even seen him play that deep. He played quite deeper and he was making things tick. He was orchestrating attacks, and he got an assist as well. Just touching on that point, Joe, what did you think of Brand's performance?
As mentioned before, I thought he kept it moving in midfield, kept it ticking. That I think it was that outrageous back heel I put on Twitter. It was an actual joke. The ball came behind him, and I know they're 3-0 up or 4-0 up at this point, but the way he's done that just shows how confident he is at the moment, playing like that with that outrageous pass. I think he looks to go forward quite a lot as well, which is a good trait in a midfielder. He always looks for that forward pass before he goes, keeps possession. So. Yeah, I thought he did a really good job. As you mentioned before, I thought he was more of an attacking midfielder, but he played deeper on Saturday, and I thought he did a good job there actually. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll come to you, Ben. So would you obviously support Arsenal? Would you be happy with Arsenal getting him, and where do you think he would fit in? Where do you think his best position is, and where would you put him in?
I think maybe replacing Ozil in the attacking mid role.
You put him straight in the 10.
Yeah, I think that's the only place you can put him, to be fair. Arsenal's problem is we ain't got IC3. That's it. I'm going to be honest with you.
What's that? The same for viewers?
I'd rather not say, but everyone knows what IC3 is. He's 6'3", tough, holding mid. That's what you need in the Arsenal team. You ain't got that right now, innit?
Xhaka does that. Good job.
Sorry, again?
Yeah, Tough guy, gets your pinging around. Come on, man, he's good. You can't get Brandt. He's too good for your team. He's not going to go down.
It's like you, man, and Dyer. You don't want Dyer, let's be honest. What? What are you fighting for? That's what I'm saying.
I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to entertain that. I'm not going to back.
Yeah. Swiftly moving on. I'll come to you, Ty. What other games you watched this weekend?
I would like to talk about Leipzig.
Yeah, go on. No problem.
Leipzig. So what's happening in their game again? I've just seen they drew against was
Yeah,
it
so
Freiburg 1-1?
they conceded first for a
Yeah.
corner, I believe, and then
Watching
yeah, if you want to
that was almost going to be like a smash and grab. You know, a game like on FM where
yeah,
you've completely dominated it, and then they've got an early goal, and then they've just parked it. They've just parked the bus, and then they're just trying to steal a win. And luckily, Paulson's come through with a header, and he's stolen them a draw basically because Freiburg were
yeah,
willing to hold on to this win. I mean, hold on to this win, and luckily, Leipzig came back. And also, what Freiburg nearly pinched it. They nearly
Yeah,
pinched it at
offside.
the end.
It was offside.
Very close. Even you know what? Even I thought it was a goal at the. I thought it was a goal at the start. I thought it was clean, but they've chalked it off. And yeah, Leipzig.
So just to
got a
explain, the
draw.
Freiburg they scored a corner, but VAR came in and just ruled it out. But yeah, carry on.
And what was he offside by an arm? Literally by an arm, innit?
Yeah.
Arms, but yeah, Poulsen is. I like the fact that he scored because he was there before Leipzig were actually like had a lot of money. He was there before they got new investors.
Okay.
So yeah, homegrown player and really good. He's grown into it because at the start, I've looked up about him. At the start, some of the players that were in his academy were basically saying that he was awful, like an awful player. Even his managers thought he was a really bad player. So the fact that he's come through, he's captain of the club, and has scored a goal and can score important goals for the team, really impressive. So yeah, like watching him play.
Going to touch on that Leipzig game. Do you know who I saw? Like, I was thinking, whoa, I ain't seen you in a minute. Like, bro, where you been? Where you been? Jesus Christ, who's that? I saw Lookman.
I know.
I saw Lookman and I was like, yo, my brother. You know, we go to family parties and you see that one relative who's like, yo.
Where you been?
He even missed a couple of chances as well, bro. You know what? Yeah, the whole team missed a couple of chances. Let me just not stick it on him, but it was
Everton's fault, man. That's Everton's fault, don't you think?
No, speak on that. Speak on yeah. What's your opinions on Lookman? Everyone, just go
on. Obviously, no, I'll come back to Ben, but go on, Ben. What was you gonna say about him?
There was like one volley or one on-one.
Yeah.
Like proper close, and that all you have to do is put it on target and it's going in, but you put it wide. I think it's the rush though, so I can't.
What I wanted to say based on that is, I think when he got signed to Everton, started off well, scored a goal against City.
Yeah.
I thought everyone thought he was gonna go on to like big things from Charlton, as he got a big move and he done well in his first game, but then it kind of went downhill from there with how Everton changed manager like every week. After he got his move to Leipzig on loan, was doing really well. Then Everton called him back, and then all of a sudden it's like he's lost confidence again. He's gone back to the same environment where it's just not the same. And Leipzig called him back, and then from then, obviously Leipzig have been playing games, so it's not like he's gonna go straight back into the squad that he earned. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I just feel like Everton probably have messed around with his career a bit, and he's probably just a player that's playing on like low confidence, you know what I mean? Because like we all know, Lookman is a very good player. And, you know, like Peter said, it's just one of them guys you see and it's like, I lost you, like, I lost track of you, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a player that made his name in Charlton, came through and, you know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, he's almost like a lost player and he's still what? How old is he now? He shouldn't be older than what, 21? 22?
Yeah, 21, 22.
Come on, man. It's a bit sad to see, but yeah, probably Russ. Hopefully
Jerome, Ben, you want to touch on that point? Just your opinions of Lookman and his career and just where he is. Because I was seeing on Twitter actually, he was getting a lot of hate. People saying that he's rubbish and he's shit, but
no way.
Yeah, man, he was getting a lot of hate still. The B-boys are at him on Twitter.
And because I think he fucked up a lot of people's bets as well. It's just you know what I mean, like. But I've seen him play a couple of times live as well because I've watched Charlton a couple of times, and I thought he was pretty lively as well. He's a pretty exciting player to watch back then. It's going back about 3 seasons now. But yeah, as Ty said, I think Everton have messed about with his career, to be fair. calling him back and then saying you can play, new managers. It's not. I don't think it's entirely his fault. Obviously, he's got to have some part to play in his career. Obviously, he's in control of that, but it doesn't help when you've got a new manager every week and you're trying to impress him.
Yeah.
Some managers don't like you. It's not. You can't help that. It's just
Big Sam.
Yeah.
Big Sam, Big Sam called him back, and sorry, Joe. Sorry, I cut you off. Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. No, but yeah, that's all I had to say, really. So.
Yeah.
It was the Big Sam that really messed them up. Still, he called him back. Obviously, Big Sam wanted to bring in the English youngsters at the time, like Davis, the Holgate and all of them. Yeah, and John, the Kenny guy as well.
Kenny.
Yeah, so he tried to bring him back, try to get some English thing in. Calvert-Lewin as well, even that, all of that. But Lookman wasn't really with it. I don't think he wasn't really with the system that Sam wanted to play in it, and obviously he's been at Leipzig banging in on loan. I think he just got in Germany, but that move back really messed him up. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I think one thing I just want to touch on is just that, like, especially with our generation, we tend to like judge players so quickly, especially if like you see them 1 or 2 appearances and they're not doing well. But like, I think people are quick to forget, like, if you don't start every week, how are you just meant to come perform? Like, you come on 10 minutes there and then you meant to score, like, if you don't do well, like, you need games to develop and play well. Like, it's not a thing where you can just like just play well, just like when you're called upon this game and then this cup game you come on. Like, do you know what I mean? The best players, you need games.
So many variables, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, there's so many variables. Like, if you're second, like, especially, I feel like this is especially like a striker. If you're a second choice striker, it's so hard for you to come in, do you know what I mean, develop and it, like, to play well if you're not starting games.
That's probably why Tottenham are struggling to get a second striker, because everyone knows if they go to that team, they're sitting on the bench most of the season.
Yeah,
so that's why usually it's usually an older player or a player that gets put in an under 23s or something that can really do it.
Yeah.
Because no one really wants to sit on the bench and then come on for 5 minutes and then, do you know what I mean? When players play on confidence, if you ain't got people that are confident in you to go on and do the job, it's hard to perform. Do you know what I mean? Players
100%.
like love. Do you know what I mean? That's it's tough.
Yeah. We'll watch out for Lookman and see. Hopefully we see more of him. And yeah, just to add on that point, that obviously Leipzig are actually doing really well this season. So I think when he joined, they weren't doing as well. So, and they've got stronger players now. They got Werner, they got Poulsen, they got Forsberg, they got Nkunku. Like, he's got a lot of competition for places. But yeah, so swiftly moving on to the Bayern Munich game. I know most of us watched that. Bayern Munich won 2-0 quite comfortably. Ben shaking his head. What's your opinions? What's the?
I think that game was awful. And,
you not liking the standard of it, or?
It was so slow. They scored on like a penalty and a corner. Like, Bayern wasn't up to it. Like, they didn't like playing. They don't. I don't know. I guess everyone else saw the game as well. It was like really boring. I almost fell asleep.
Basically, almost fell asleep. Wow. What about you, Joe? What do you think about standard of the game? Was you like Ben? Did you almost sleep as well?
I think what sums up the game is that Union Berlin had that Subotic who won who won the not Premier League, Bundesliga with Dortmund in like 2012, and he's like 14, he's still playing. And it's gonna be honest, but no, I just think Bayern are just missing something. Not going for in the wide areas. I think Thomas Müller is getting on a bit. Obviously, Koeman came on. He showed a little bit of magic when he got a free kick in the middle of the pitch.
Well, Ben's way on. I just got to go to Ben because Ben's making faces.
I think the left hand side. So like David,
the left hand side's good. Yeah.
Gnabry, Muller was the only, and Kimmich were the only guys that were really on the day.
And Davis as well.
Yeah, the left hand side. Yeah, the whole left hand side.
Yeah.
Muller and Kimmich. That's it. Everyone else was like 5 or below out of 10.
So I come to you, Ty. Obviously they're saying the standard was quite low. Do you think this is due to Bayern missing something, or just maybe lack of games, or obviously the pandemic, or what would you say it's down to?
I think it's like that. Just like I said in the first, just like I said with the first game with Dortmund and Schalke, I just think it's a thing of, especially as they're playing a weaker team. Where are Union Berlin table, sir? Near the bottom.
Yeah.
Schalke and Dortmund, it's a game where you can't really just switch off. You can't really just take it easy. I feel like Bayern, once they got a goal, was almost just like keep possession and just see it out almost. Just a slow game, you know, and they weren't really being pressed as much as Dortmund and Schalke were within that game. So I just think it's just a coming back game, just getting used to it and getting used to the football. Just that's the difference between the Premier League and the Bundesliga. Bayern can see games out like this and
comfortably,
be easy. Do you know what I mean? When Liverpool go up against a smaller team, or Tottenham go up against a smaller team, the bigger club, you know, when the bigger clubs go up against smaller teams, they have to play and stay focused the whole game. Probably not the same for Bayern.
I'll come to you. So last week talked about one there. Obviously, their prospects already mentioned them. We talked about Davis, Joe, and Ben. I'll come to you. What did you think about Alphonso Davis' performance and just how he played in general?
I thought he was one of the standout players at Bayern Munich on that left-hand side. I think his pace is actually a joke. Like I don't think I've seen someone so quick on a football field before. Like that recovery he made for, I think one of their players got goal side and he come back and then he got goal side of the player. That pace is just a joke. Gets up and down that line all the time, always available. His end product's not really good as well. I think his link-up play with Gnabry is good as well. That left-hand side will be good. And then I think it's a week on Wednesday. We've got Dortmund v Bayern Munich with the right-hand side of Hakimi and Sancho v Davis v Gnabry. So that'll be one to look out for. So yeah, I'll just be looking forward to that as well. See how Davis comes up against Sancho, and how Gnabry and Hakimi match up against each other as well. So yeah.
That left-hand side is terrifying. The pace, mad. Like, you know when FM got that green line?
Yeah, there you go.
Green line. It's like 3 lines. I don't know, but it's absolutely madness. The skills, everything. It's like they know what each other's gonna do. So it's the lethal left-hand side. To be fair, there's nothing else. Davis is improving, but defensively, I think them lot were trying to attack him, attack his side more, if anything, defensively. They'll go on his side a lot, but he dealt with it pretty much all of the time. But yeah, he's a good player, as we all know. He's a good player.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Bayern are quite heavily linked with Sane, so if they do get Sane, Gnabry and Lewandowski, what a strike force. That would be crazy. That would be absolutely nuts.
Absolutely illegal.
That would be nuts. But I just want to quickly, go on, Ty, just quickly.
I was talking with some of my friends, and they were having a little debate on whether or not Jerome Boateng has ever been elite. They was comparing him to Van Dijk. So saying, you know how Van Dijk has had about 2 seasons at the top level.
Yeah.
And he's definitely established as an elite centre back.
Yeah.
My friend was saying that Jerome Boateng has never been elite.
He's won a World Cup.
You tell your friend he's smoking. Listen, Jerome Boateng is absolutely really world class. Obviously, I think the World Cup, winning season, the Champions League winning season,
he's won it all.
His partnerships that are just uncatchable, So whoever that guy is, give me his number. I need to talk to him.
You know what? You know him, boy.
Chatting out.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna watch this.
And then what I wanted to touch. I was just obviously Lewandowski scored on the weekend. He scored a penalty. I just wanted to bring up I want to mention his goal scoring record to you. So this is from about 2015-16. So this is season after season. So in 2015-16, he scored 42 goals. The next season, he scored 43 goals. Next season, he scored 41 goals. Season after that, he scored 40 goals. And this season now, he's on 40 goals. So I think that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 seasons in a row he's got 40 plus goals. So I'll come to you, Ty. Just where do you rank Lewandowski in terms of best strikers you've ever seen? Because he doesn't get that many plaudits. But just in terms of strikers you've ever seen, where does he rank?
That's a good question. For ever seen.
And is he the best number 1 currently as well?
You know what? If we're excluding we're definitely excluding Messi and Ronaldo, right?
Number 9, just number 9, yeah.
Just number 9, pure number 9. At the moment, I'd say I'd say he's. I don't want to rush into it and say he is the best. But yeah, I'd say he's the best at the moment. Just based on current form. Is he? Hey, what?
I don't want to rush into it, but yeah,
That's funny. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. I don't want to rush into it because I'm thinking, you know how you've got strikers such as Benzema, you got the Harry Kanes, you got the Haalands, you got, if you want to include Mbappe. So it's like I don't want to say he's automatically the best, but just based on consistency, he's been consistent for a long time now. Like Peter just brought up, he scored 40 plus goals for about 5 seasons now. He's done it at Dortmund, he's done it at Bayern, and he's done it in the Champions League as well. And he has tried to carry Poland quite a bit. He does get a few goals for his country.
Wait, brother. Poland.
Hey. No. You don't need to be with football. You can't carry teams just like and take them anywhere. You do your job. You know what I mean? He scores goals. That's what.
I don't think anyone will hold that against him though. Would you hold that against him?
Exactly. This is why I bring it up because I hold that as a pro. Not everyone can be Ronaldo and drag your team to Euro finals and win it. You know, sometimes you just have to perform and do your role and, you know, win game or try and win games. That's what he does. And so yeah, I definitely say at the moment he's.
And where would you rank him in terms of strikers you've ever seen as well? Just that quick.
Ever seen? Oh, that's tough though because, to be fair, in my opinion, you've got to do it in a different league. Him doing that in the Bundesliga every week, every year doesn't really do much for me in comparison to people like R9 and Ibrahimovic, who's done it everywhere. You know, you got lots of Henry, Rooney. Yeah, I definitely favour the top leagues over people that do it in, you know, leagues below that. So
all right, Ben and Joe, I'll come to you. So in terms of Lewandowski and just like where does he rank in terms of? Why are you guys laughing like this? You guys are children, bro. These guys are children. Yeah, Joe, I'll come to you, mate. You're the mature one. Where do you rank Lewandowski in terms of best strikers you've seen and strikers right now, and just how high do you rank him?
I think if you look at it, I don't think there's a better number 9 on the planet. Just purely on the goal ratio as well. He's been bagging in the Champions League as well. I think it's hard, as Ty said, it's hard to compare people playing in different leagues. The only comparison you can have is in the Champions League. And he's done okay in the Champions League. I wouldn't say he's done like out of this world numbers like Ronaldo or Messi, but obviously he's not on that level. But yeah, he's done obviously in the Bundesliga, his numbers speak for itself. So I'd say currently he's probably the best number 9 in the world. But throughout history, it's hard to compare, like Ty said, I think. So yeah.
Yep, best number 9 in the world, 100%. The finishing, everything, like clinical finisher, like I just did 40 plus goals for 5 years straight. That's just ridiculous. There's no one else doing it. The only thing that's dragging him down, obviously, he's doing it in the German league. So it's like, the German league's obviously good, but it's like, can you do it anywhere, somewhere else? So that's the only thing that's holding him down, I think, a little bit. In history, I think he's like top 10, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll,
No, I agree. I agree with him, Ty. I definitely agree with him, you know.
Top 10, no lower, I think.
Just in terms of like, so just playing devil's advocate. So we're saying, oh yeah, you can't rate him because he's been Bundesliga, but he's banging in the Champions League as well. So he's banging constantly Champions League and Bundesliga, like
top 10 though. Top 10.
So top just 10 in terms of like, he's getting hat tricks in. Hold on, I'll come to you today. He's getting hat tricks against like Real Madrid. He's scoring semi-finals and just he's been banging in Champions League. So what would you say to that? Just in terms of like, he's playing well in Champions League, so this shows he can play against the top teams. And what would you say to that?
No, you're right. Don't get me wrong, you're right. But top 10 ever is that's steep. That's not easy to walk into. You're basically saying he's a legend. Like, he's a great. I wouldn't say he's a legend. No.
Everything striker wise, like he's
he's got everything. He has got everything. Maybe like a bit of pace, but he's got everything in terms of.
Are we deep in? This is top 10.
All right. Let me just do a rough list.
Yeah, you know what?
Let's do a rough list now, innit? So I would say
top 10 finishes ever.
Now go on, Peter, go on.
So we'll say if you just give me a yes or no. So we'll go Omri,
Yes, 100%.
Aguero.
No.
Yeah, I say yes.
That's Aguero is better than Lewandowski.
Let's get the mains in. Let's get the mains in first. You know, the R9 at Ebro.
That's not in our time.
Hmm?
It's our time, but it's not in our time. Okay, yeah, you can put Ronaldo. But we saw fat Ronaldo. We didn't really see.
Oh, so we're saying like our time.
I agree though. We didn't see the ugly.
Boys, hands up. I never knew we were.
Okay, let's say. Okay, what would you say? 2002, 2003 onwards? Yeah.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
so
2002, 2003 onwards. Yeah.
Yeah. So go on.
Omri, we still saw 2005, 2006. Omri is still elite.
Yeah, 100.
Eto'o.
He's always in.
Yeah, Eto'o. Drogba.
I don't know about that guy still.
We'll have to save that point for another day, but we'll put Drogba in there.
Top 10.
What, that we've seen? Yeah.
I can't be asked. Hey, Peter, please continue.
I don't know about that.
Please continue.
And then, okay, I'm putting Suarez in there. I think Suarez will go in there.
Yep, great pick.
Who else? Benzema. That's 1-6 now.
I don't want to play him.
I can rock with that one still. Let me not lie.
Yeah, but we want to get strikers that are confirmed better than Lewan. You know what I mean?
And then
Can I really
can't
say
mention anymore? Ty,
really
who would you
say
say? Like,
are we not including Raul? Are we not including him?
oh, I don't know.
If we're including Omri, I feel like Raul and Benistere can come through. I think that's fair.
Okay, yeah.
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah. Facts. Wait, Ben, you don't want Ibrahimovic?
I don't know about facts. There's an argument there that you can argue about either, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You're not lying, but I'll take him.
He's in and around that mark. I think me personally, I would say he's in and around that 10, 11, 12 mark. Like,
yeah.
What he does.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. 100. I'll give you that. Yeah, 100.
Rooney.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Rooney. Yeah, I forgot Rooney.
Rooney. If on reason, Alan Shearer, Van Persie.
Yeah. He's in and around.
Listen, I'm still saying it's top 10. I'm still saying it's top 10. Sarah, man.
You know what? Based on how he performs, I can give it to you. Like, do you know what I mean? He's that good. You can say he's a top 10, but it depends on your list, innit? Like.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
This is the argument for
you can show here. There's a bunch of that here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you know what? Next, maybe another episode will come and talk about our greatest strikers that we have to stick. I know there's some agendas there.
This is what I was thinking. What already we're having problems.
There's some agendas there that man have to. Man have to run. So we'll come back to another episode of that. But go on. What did you say, Ben? Sir?
About Letitia, innit? He has to be in there.
Oh, Borough, man. Borough.
Is it because you went to Southampton Uni? You feel like a tie to it?
Honestly, like, what is this?
Hey, man. Move on, Peter.
Massive Matt LeGod, you know.
Peter, save him, please. Just.
But yeah, so I was just gonna touch on that. Another game I catch, or most of it, I'd say about the first half was a Gladbach game. Where I think they won 3-1. Thuram scored, players scored. I'll come to you. I think, Ben, you watched that game, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about them? What did you think about their... Because they got actually an interesting front three of Mbolo, player, and what's his name, Thuram. So what did you think about, especially Thuram and player, what do you think about them? And do you think they can come to the Premier League? And yeah.
Ooh, can they come to the Premier League?
Are they good enough in your eyes? Or what did you think about their performances as well?
Not yet on Thuram. The other guy, Pierre, I think he can. He's like, even though his like numbers are kind of weak, I think he's got like 6 goals. The numbers are weak, but what I saw, like, he's really, really sharp. Thuram, he's like proper raw.
He looks raw. I agree with that. He looks really raw.
Mbolo, I think he came on. I don't think he played the full game, but I'm not sure. But I didn't really see him that much. The guy in midfield, Nordhaus, is an absolute like. The guy, like, he was controlling the whole game, to be fair.
Oh, really?
He was, like, serious. But I think the left back was even good as well. The fullbacks in this league are just, like, so advanced. Like, they're basically and they do what they want. So if you're a fullback in this league, you will, like, proper you will excel, serious. But to a Raman player, I don't think they're ready just yet. If anything, they'll be like a mid-table team or even bottom half, like battling. But not yet, not just.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think Thuram, like he's quite raw. I think he still needs to develop technically, and he's obviously just relies on his pace and power. I feel like players' game is more well-rounded, so he can like just bring people into play a bit more. He can hold up the ball and just But I come to you, Joe. Any thoughts on Mugdabatch and Ta? Any thoughts on Mugdabatch and just how they played them? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really catch the game. I was busy, but I watched the highlights and I saw how Pele's goal was a good finish. To be fair, got into a good position, good finish. I just remember Mbolo. I think he's been at Basel. Like he's played in big games. To be fair, he was at Basel.
Forgotten one the kid, didn't it?
Yeah.
Forgotten one the kid.
Yeah, he's been at Schalke, I think it is as well. So he's been through a couple of clubs, and he's still quite young. Like I think he's still quite young, 24, 25, around about that. So he's still got a chance to go a big move somewhere else. He's been scoring. I've been watching. He's been scoring a couple of goals this season as well. So he might be one to look out for. I watched him at the World Cup. I thought he was okay at the World Cup for Switzerland as well. So yeah, he could be one to look out for as well. So yeah. Yeah,
Ty. Anything you want to add on that?
The same. So exactly what Joe saw. A couple highlights. So I won't really say too much, but just a good side. But that's the Bundesliga for you. They're decent. They're almost trying to challenge, but eventually, probably, hopefully they can get far. But it's probably not likely. And the players that perform well eventually will go to a bigger club. So just like Hazard did with Dortmund, he went to Dortmund from Gladbach. So yeah, hopefully the players just excel while they're there and then get a big move.
Yeah. Ben, you said something there. We couldn't hear you, sir.
I said, what did I say?
About going to bigger clubs and stuff like that.
Still.
But so I think right now Leverkusen are playing, so we'll just go and watch that, and so we'll come back to you next week. I just want to say the reason why we didn't do Ben's Player of the Week this week is obviously because we've already done a pod, so we'll be back next week, Ben. I hope you got your Player of the Week ready for us, Come on, so thanks, boys, for another pod. Always lovely talking to you guys. Peace.
Take care, boys. Take care. I'll speak to you next time.